Welcome to Driven, the Unscripted Success podcast, with your hosts, Mike Menino and Nariman Hamden, bringing you insights and stories on achieving personal, professional, and financial success.
Hey guys, I'm Nariman Hamden, and this is Driven, Unscripted Success podcast. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. We've got another awesome guest on today. We have Barry Sendach. Barry is the founder of domespaces.com and a few other type of dome spaces. He has been in the innovation and technology industry for over 20 years. And after 30 years, he found his passion and calling when he experienced the magic of domes, yurts, and tent spaces. So he has a dome spaces. They have caught the attention of many clients, including Fortune 500 companies, celebrities, resorts, and everyday consumers. Because of his domes, because his domes are affordable and so easy to purchase and set up while providing a better outdoor life. He's been featured on several national television shows, such as World's Greatest on Bloomberg, Modern Homestead, and coming, I believe this fall, he'll be featured on HGTV in a documentary called 100-Day Dream House. How you doing, Barry?
I'm doing great, Nariman. How are you?
I'm doing well. Where are you zooming in from?
I'm located in Boca Raton, Florida, where it's sunny, hot, and humid.
Yes, I'm in Naples. I'm right there with you.
Oh, that's one of our favorite places to go.
Oh, that's wonderful. Boca's beautiful too. Yeah, it's been extremely hot and swampy around here, to say the least.
It's better than what I came from in New York, so I'll take this anytime.
Yeah, I'm up from Michigan, so same thing. Wouldn't switch this for anything. So why don't you start by giving us a snapshot about your business right now, what you do, and what your company does?
My company sells all types of outdoor life structures and structures that could be used for commercial or residential domes and all kinds of their temporary structures. So a temporary structure is a structure that you could live in full time, but it's not built on a foundation, so it's considered temporary. The structures are PVC and steel, they're glass, they're fiberglass, they're polycarbonate. We have all types of applications for all types of clients. If you want to see some of them, if you watch, what's it called? Deal or No Deal Island this year on NBC, you'll see three of the domes that NBC bought from us, where the contestants are living in it in Panama for the show.
That's awesome. How much fun is that?
It's fun for them. One of them will make some money. And but anyway, it's always nice to be noticed.
Sure. I'm sure there's a lot of competition, especially today. I mean, I've seen domes all over. I'm originally from Michigan, so during COVID, that was the big thing where bars and restaurants were shut down, but the patrons could dine outside, so they were using the tents and the domes there. So I'm sure it's competitive. So what sets you apart and what comes easy to you that others find challenging?
Well, what sets us apart is we're like a brand name. So we have so many different types of domes and tents and yurts as most people don't have. You know, they're sourced from all around the world. It took a lot of time and effort to develop it. And, not only do we have a number of types of domes, but we could build domes up to 300 feet in diameter, some of them.
Wow.
You could put like 30,000 people in it.
Holy moly. That's pretty large.
Yeah,
where have you put some of those? Like where
we just sent a proposal to build a space museum with like 8 or 10 different domes, and the one that'll house the space shuttle is going to be 275 feet in diameter, assuming the thing gets funded and they move forward with it. They're in the
That's
first
exciting.
phase.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun, and people will be able to go in and out of them and interact with
Oh yeah, it'll be
hands-on and
our team consists of guys that specialize in audio content and video content, and they're professional guys that doing work for places like Ripley's Believe It or Not now, and Disney, providing content to them, and they'll provide the content for the video and the audio, and we'll provide the domes and the infrastructure that it gets housed in.
Sure. So how do you deal with taking risks? Is there a time when rolling the dice really worked out for you?
Well, if you don't take any risks, then nothing will happen. You know, like any other person in business, or Thomas Edison, he must have tried 10,000 different ways to make a light bulb, and then he made a light bulb. Then you don't think about it anymore. But yeah, I mean, I started this thing basically from nothing and an idea. And it was about 9 years ago with the domes. Prior to that, we were selling shipping container homes. And I just wanted to have a broader base, and now we're looking for the next thing as well.
That's exciting. So what's a skill or a habit you think doesn't get enough credit for contributing to your success?
A skill or a habit is not to give up. I would say is if you believe in something and it's feasible, keep at it. Otherwise, the easiest thing to do is give up. If everybody gave up, there'd be nothing. There'll be no iPhone. There'll be nothing.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm sure leading a team has its challenges. What's your leadership style? And can you give us an example of how it helped you through a tough spot?
Yeah, well, my company is structured that most people contribute to the company. We don't have a lot of full-time workers, and we have people that provide, like you met the SEO, we pay-per-click, we have writers, we have all kinds of people that, accountants, salespeople's helpers, writers, and they contribute to the company during the month. And, they report to me. And, that's kind of how I run it. Since COVID, we've been working in the house of my home office. We do have an office located in Boca where we could go for meetings, but very few people fly into here to look at a dome or to meet us.
Sure. So, when you're building your dream team, what's the one trait that you look for and why?
Well, some of the people we have, came to us as an intern. For instance, the person that's in charge of SEO, she came to me as an intern, and she's been here 7 years now. She has a master's in it. We're pretty loyal to people as well. I mean, a lot of the people here have been here more than 5 years. What do I look for? Somebody that I can relate to, that doesn't tell me stories. And, when they work here, they show up and deliver the projects that are due on time. Otherwise, we move on.
Sure. Sure. So how do you encourage your team to think outside the box and bring new ideas to the table?
Well, that's just it. I just tell them, I said, any ideas or any opinions or anything that you don't like from me, just tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Now I'm in the process of putting my company on AI. I have a consultant working, and he just showed me, that was my meeting before this, how emails are going to change my life because I get so many of them, and it's going to take away so much time of sorting through these things every day, that just going to make you more and more efficient. If you're not going to get into AI, people are going to pass you by.
Absolutely. I'm big on AI, so I completely understand it. And if when once, there's some people that are just not open to it and think that, oh, it's gonna take over the world and this and the jobs. And it's not the case. If anything, it's gonna help you enhance your job, your role in your company, you know?
People said the same thing about a car when they had horses.
And here we are.
Right, but yeah, I get it. I mean, look, in a few years, I mean, an Uber driver is going to be obsolete because Elon Musk just delivered a car last week that's driverless to somebody's house in Texas.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah,
everything's going to
it's
change.
going to happen.
We like it or not. We're just standing in the way. They're going to go right around you.
Sure, sure. So, curious about this. So, what's a day in your life look like, and how do you juggle work and everything else?
Well, a day in my life, I get up about 5:30. I go out for a run, go to the gym. Then I have breakfast, come here about 7:30, go out for lunch about 11:30 or so before everybody gets crowded, and come back and work till I'm done, 6, 6:30, 7. If I have a call at 8 o'clock from somebody on the West Coast or China, I'll take it and watch TV, spend time with my wife and my family. I'll be a grandpa probably by next week, and
Oh,
you know, that's a day. Some of the days planned out, but what I plan for and what happens during the day are two different things.
sure, sure. Well, that's exciting. You got a grandkid coming on the way. Is that your
Yeah,
first one?
boy, little first one.
Oh, little boy.
That'll change things. Yeah.
Yeah, change it for the better. It's always nice to have a little rug rat running around and exploring and the curiosity coming back and
Oh, I figured by 2 I could put him to work, and
there you go. So has there been a book, a podcast, or someone that's really changed your outlook or approach?
well, when I run, I read a book all the time. Usually business books and about other people's businesses and how they started, whether it's Warren Buffett or Grant Cardone from 10X or
Yeah.
Tony Robbins or AI. I'm reading about Bitcoin now, how that started. It was interesting. Bitcoin's was $124,000 a coin this morning. You know,
Yeah.
that they based the initial pricing on?
What's that?
How much electricity it took to develop it. It was $7 and change.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
that's what this book said. Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, I never even gave it a thought. And I said, wow, that is interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Who would have thought? So, how do you tackle learning new things, especially stuff that's way outside of your comfort zone?
Well, that's just it. I have to have an open mind because all the people that work for me, except for a couple, are younger than me. And, it's their world now. So I have to learn as much as I can or as much as my mind will comprehend at my age.
Sure. So, managing finances is crucial both in business and in personal life. How do you approach financial planning to ensure stability and growth in both areas?
I put my business needs ahead of mine. I always make sure that I'm well capitalized. And, so anything that comes up, I don't have to say no.
That's great. I like that.
My
Um,
personal credit is very high and my business credit is very high.
well done. Well done. Well, it sounds like things are going well for you and your business as you're looking towards the future. I'm wondering how or if you've ever invested in passive income, or if you have invested in the past.
Passive income, yeah, that's a big thing for me now is to develop passive income. So I've been investing in a number of like ETFs that pay big dividends. They're higher risk than normal. I have a lot of uh, things like income producing stocks and bonds that well the stocks the dividends get reinvested. But I have various sources of income, because we build shipping container homes, we sell domes, my wife works, I work. So but I'm older.
Yeah. Yeah. So trying to get that passive income and eventually have the grandson take over the company by the age of 13 and retire.
Well, I don't want to retire. But if somebody came along and said, "Hey, I want to buy your business," and it was a number that made sense, I guess I would sell it, but I'd probably do something else.
Sure. Sure. So so what's on the horizon for your company? What do you have going on for the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, I'm developing e-commerce now, on Amazon, Walmart, and Wayfair. We're already on eBay, and I'm finding that very difficult and very costly. So I'm looking to maybe buy a company that's already established in that area so that I could link my products with theirs and get more exposure and get more reviews and whatever.
Sure. Um, so this is a question I typically like to ask. What's a skill or habit you think doesn't get enough credit for contributing to your success?
A skill or habit is just like, staying with something. Like even when I started with the domes, I didn't know anything about it. I just thought they looked cool.
Yeah,
I saw them online. I didn't see a million people selling them, and a million people aren't going to sell them. It's a low volume business. My average sale is probably north of $8,000. So
sure.
you gotta stay with something. If you focus on it, you got to see it through. And if you're young, you got to take chances when you're young so that you can recover. I used to be in the fabric business. We had a textile company in New York. It was a family business. We sold home decorative fabrics. And if you would have asked me when I'm 30, what I'd be doing my whole life, I'd still be in the fabric business. It was a beautiful business. It was creative. It changed all the time. You changed the way people's homes look. We did hotels like in Atlantic City and Manhattan, whatever. We sold the fabric. We had showrooms. And then all the fabric companies that we were buying from just went out of business because everything became imported. Furniture, which used to be very expensive comparatively today, was very inexpensive. Came from China or the Middle East or wherever. And things changed. So there was no more business. We sold a part that was worth anything, but even like a guy came in that was a salvage guy says, I wouldn't even know what to do with this stuff. And we had like $3 million of fabric. It was worth like nothing.
Wow. Wow. Oh gosh, how sad.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
fabric sits on a shelf. If you don't sell it, it's worthless. If you do sell it, it's worth a lot.
sure.
But
There's no in between.
yeah, but like Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway was a fabric company, and he
Really?
bought a mill. Yeah. If you look it up, they were a fabric company and he hated it. And that led to him buying he took the profits from it and bought an insurance company, a small one. I don't remember the name of it, but you could look it up. And he said the insurance business is much better. It renews every year. You don't have to change any styles. You don't have to change any equipment. And, it just produces cash. If you produce the wrong fabric, it didn't sell. And now you have all
Sure.
this fabric. Uh, but he did say Coca-Cola was the best business of them all. It's known everywhere in the world. It's the same formula. They keep making it, making it, making it. And all it does is produce money. Find
Yeah,
another Coca-Cola or
sure.
develop one.
Absolutely. So, if you had one nugget of advice for anyone wanting to follow in your footsteps, what would it be?
Uh, well, be afraid. Being afraid is part of it. And don't be afraid to get started. This country and this world was founded with people with ideas. Anything, everything came from something, whether it's an iPhone, a personal computer, a light bulb, a tire, anything. It came from something. And you watch these shows where, from let's say the Vanderbilts who owned all the railroads or J.P. Morgan, which basically was worth more than the United States government at the time because he owned all the banks. These guys just had a vision and they just ran with it.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And if somebody wanted to connect with you, how would they get a hold of you and learn more about your products or be able to
Well, they could
buy
go
one
on
of your products?
www.domespaces.com, or the corporate site is www.deister.com, which is DYESTER.com. And our numbers are there. We'll pick up the phone or we'll call you back.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Barry, for coming on. It was a pleasure to have you on.
It was nice to meet you, Norman. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Driven, the Unscripted Success Podcast. Want to share your story? Apply to be a guest at drivensuccesspodcast.com/guest.